everyone, it's Alex from Risk Academy, and today I wanted to talk about risk management training. Again, I know, I have quite a few videos on that, but I just wanted to share a story with you because I've had an interesting experience. I have been recently developing a certificate, diploma, master's degree in risk management for one of the big universities in Europe, and I have discovered something very important, and about risk management training in general, and about certification in risk in general. What I have discovered is that risk management ultimately is about three things, and to my surprise, one of those things was the dominant one, and it's not what you would expect. So the three things are, there's a pretty big foundations piece, and that basically means that you can't really be in risk management unless you understand statistics, probability, decision making, risk perception, cognitive biases, negotiation, communication, corporate finance, project management, change management, and a few other subjects, which none of which are risk management subjects. They're just the foundations that you kind of expected to know. You have to be, if you are in the risk career, you have to know corporate finance, you have to know statistics and probability. Otherwise, there's no way you can physically use proper risk tools, risk analysis tools, to integrate into decision making. And that was the first kind of block. You have to know the foundations. Again, none of these foundations are risk specific. I mean, they teach you probability in statistics. I've got a second degree in econometrics. I mean, by the way, this is the hilarious part. I've got 2 degrees in risk management and econometrics, which is statistics for business. I learned all my probability theory in the second degree, which was just a coincidence, which is actually lucky that I did that, because there was only one statistical subject in the risk degree. So, lucky for me. But there's this big piece on foundations. The second piece, which is actually really small, is risk management specific stuff. And realistically, there's not that much. I mean, once you kind of cover all the foundations, the risk specific stuff is literally knowing the ISO 31000, maybe understanding why COSO ERM 2017 is absolute rubbish, maybe know some other standards or guidelines, maybe know the laws and regulations in your country related to the management of risks, maybe go into some specific regulations for health and safety risks or anti-money laundering risks, or any other kind of specific narrow direction that you want to take. So there's this risk piece, which is not that big. I mean, it will take a few days to learn everything there is on the risk guidelines, standards, approaches, and so on. There's not that much. And then the third element of risk management training is application. How do you actually take the tools from corporate finance and decision theory, and how do you apply it to a strategic planning or procurement decision or budgeting decision or an investment decision or a project management decision? How do you take the foundations and use it through the lens of risk, which you've learned in the second element, in the actual decision making? And in the practical application, you talk about strategy. How do you change that with risks in mind? How do you take informed strategic decisions? Investment management. How do you make informed investment decisions using the tools that you've learned in the foundations? So anyway, this is the kind of the setup that I have been discovering, and I'm very grateful to over 200 comments that I have received on the 2 posts that I did on LinkedIn, sharing my different visions on what should be included in the kind of best-in-class risk program. And the lesson I think that I'm discovering for myself, and the weird lesson in that, is that there's very little risk management stuff per se. Risk management is all about foundations and just grouping those foundations together. because there are not that many people who understand corporate finance, statistics, probability, decision making, and cognitive biases in a single person. And that maybe, I mean, unless you can come up with a better explanation, but maybe that's where the core value of risk management is. It's taking all this existing knowledge. By the way, none of this is new. Most of the tools, skills, and the techniques that risk managers, the good risk managers, are using have been at least around for 50 years. So the risk management is not about discovering something amazing and new. I mean, and I am just I am amazed at people who say, I've read ISO 31000 or I've read COSO ERM 2017 and that didn't teach me anything, or I didn't see any detailed guidance. I mean, that's because those documents are marketing documents. They're not even designed for that. If you want specific information about risk, open any good textbook on decision making or statistics or corporate finance for that matter, and you will learn specific, detailed techniques for using risk management and performing risk analysis. So this was my discovery. Risk management, the more I dig into it, risk management is not real. It's not, I can't put my finger on it. Risk management just doesn't seem to be real, because all risk management is taking all the theories and the techniques from existing disciplines that have been around for over 50 years and maybe combining it into a single person who understands both the psychology of decision making, the decision quality, and corporate finance mathematics, so he can model different scenarios and provide that output to the decision makers. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. Do write underneath this video. What have you discovered worked well in risk management training? What skills do you think are the most important for the risk managers? By all means, do share. Thank you and goodbye.